Hello everyone, let's begin. Open the folder where you want to create your project. Then press right click and open terminal. Type npx create reactjs. Do it card. That's going to be a project name. Then press enter and it may take a while and it's going to install all the packages that are required to work in React. Have some patience. So as you can see, our project has been installed. Go to the do it card directory and then press enter, and then we need to open the VS Code in that folder. And in order to do that, type code space then press dot, and then you need to press enter and it's going to open the VS Code. The second thing we need to do is to delete the files that are not required for our project. Press Ctrl and then click on that file and then that file and then that and then that and then that. Press Shift delete and then press enter and it's going to delete the files that are not required in our project. Now we just need to delete the unnecessary code that is not required. Go to index.js file, delete this line of course, delete it, and then go to app.js, delete this line of codes. We are not required these lines, and also delete that. And then type h1 hello world in order to see whether our web is working or not. Go to index.js file, index.css, delete these lines, type h6 and then type margin 0, padding 0 and box sizing bottom box. Now go to public folder and read these files. Press Ctrl, click this file, this file, this file, this file, this file, shift delete and then press enter. And now we have successfully deleted the files that are not required in our project. Okay, let's try to open our app. Type npm start and it's going to open our app on our browser. As you can see, we face some errors. Here the error comes in our index.js file. Go to the index.js file. As we can see, we are not using that line of code, so we need to delete that, and it's going to fix our error. Press Ctrl+S to save and open our browser, and as you can see, hello world program has been successfully running. Now we need to have some components, and in order to use the components, we're going to create a folder named components. In our component folder, we're going to have two components. One component is going to be our form, and form.jsx, and the second component is going to be our card. So type card.jss. Now you may be wondering what is JSX. JSX is basically JavaScript XML, and with the use of Babel, our code is going to be rendered here like that. If I will show you the index.html file, here you can see we have a div which contains a ID named root. Now in our index.js file, you can see that we are referring that root ID, and by referring that root ID, we are using the app.js component and inserting it in our ID root. That's why it's going to be rendered in our HTML page. So that's the process that helps you to render our application in our browser. In our form.jsx file, open it, type function form. Now the name of the file and the function should be matching. Then type render returned, and type anything, and we're going to have a h1 tag which shows form, and export it using export default form. We are actually exporting form from this file. Then go to the card section and we name it to have a capital C in card, and then type function, name it as card, and our card is going to be rendered here with the same process that our form is going to be rendered. And here we are just going to type h1 card here. We're going to change it in our future. Type export default and then type card, and after that go to the app.js file, and we are going to be calling our form and card by importing them. Import form from component slash form. Same procedure for card. Now let's use them. Control C, Control V, and here we are going to type the card. Control C, and as you can see we have a form and a card. Okay, now let's make our background black. Go to the index.css file, type body, and then type background color is going to be black, and our text color is going to be white, so I'm typing white here. And after that go to the components folder and create two files and name them as card.css, form.css. In these files our CSS is going to be handled. Go to the form.jsx file, import our CSS file here, type import, then in quotations type /form.css. Do the same for card. Type card here. Now what we have to do is to create some skeleton. Type div.box, and in that box type form. In our form we need two inputs. One input is going to be our task, and second input is going to be our text area, which contains the content or the description. Okay, and now we require a button. Type div dot button box, press enter, and in that type input, or we can just type button. Type button and type submit. Okay, now we have a task, description, and a submit button. And also we need some text. Let's type some text. Here type h1, and in our h1 we are going to have our title, and our title is going to be do it card, because our card is going to be do the things that we require to do. And here type style text line, center, and as you can see our text has been centered here. And now let's try to add CSS here, here and here. Go to the form.css file, type form. First let's add the CSS on our box. Type display, flex, just drag and then center, and our h1 line is going to be outside. Yeah, like that. Now in our form we're going to change our orientation. Type display, flex, section, column, and now we just need to create some text here and have some border, and it's going to be nice. Type input here, font size is going to be 2 and our for both input and text, so I'm going to put a comma here. I guess it's going to be freaking big, so take it as 1.5. Yeah, 1.5 is going to be nice. So here type form and then type input, and here we're going to add some padding. Padding is going to be 10 pixel, and our border is going to be 2 pixel solid black, and our margin top is going to be 20 pixel. Now it looks so nice, and just delete these lines, we don't require these. Here we also need some padding for submit button, so create that padding, button, box, type display, flex, just drag and then it's going to be centered as you already know, and we need to type some margin here, and it's going to be 5 pixel. No, 5 is going to be so much less, so we're going to make it 20 pixel. And now let's add some animations on our button. I mean like CSS. Here in our button, increase our font size plus and type photo. Then change the background color to green. I guess green is going to be nice. Press that and have some light green. Okay, it's going to be okay. Type color and then type white. Okay, now we need some padding. Type padding and type 10 pixel. Okay, now we need some border. Type border radius. Just first type border 2 pixels solid, and then our RGB color that we just inserted here, and after that type border radius is going to be 20 pixel, and as you can see we have a beautiful button zone here. Now we want something like that. As we can go to there, we want our clickable button, and in order to do that type cursor and then pointer. Now as you can see we have a clickable button in our button, and now type button over and change the background color to white. No, it's going to be black. Black. And our actual color is going to be the color that we put here. Control C, Jolly, and go to there, copy it, paste it, and now you will see something beautiful. Go there, and now as you can see, we have a nice animation here, or we can say it's a hover effect. Let's make these lines big. In order to do that, go to the form, and here type font size, or we can just move these styles and add them in our CSS file. Go there, type H1, font size is going to be 0, text line is going to be center, okay. And now as you can see, we have something beautiful. Now let's use useState here. Type import curly braces from React. Here we type useState. Now the thing that we're going to do here is we type some text here, and then we type some text here, and when we submit these text, we're going to add these text in our array, and by using that array we're going to create our cards. So let's begin. Type constant, const, and here like this, type data, set data is equal to useState. After that, type const log gross tasks, set tasks is equal to useState. It's going to be an array, and the data is going to be like that, task and description. Okay, now what we have to do is in our input area, type name is equal to task, and type value is equal to data.task. Do the same for the text area, or you can just copy these lines and paste them in our text area. Type the ESC here and do the same for that. Now here create a onChange function. Type onChange. Type onChange header. That is going to be our new function. I know it's giving you an error, but we're going to fix that error. Create a function named const onChange header. In our onChange header, as you can see, when I type, I'm not able to type anything, but we're going to fix these things. Actually, it is happening because when we try to type these things, we're actually changing the state, but when we change the state, the value is going to remain the same. Here, as you can see, description is going to be empty, and we have changed the value data.task here, but our description data.task is same and data.description is also same. That's why it's not changing. And in order to fix these things, type const and then name and then type value is equal to e.target. Here type e and now set data. Set data to is going to be data that is going to be previous data, and after that our name is going to be equal to the value. And now as you can see, I am able to type here and here too. Now let's store these strings in our array, and we want to submit, and when we submit that, we want to store these things of a tasks array. In order to do so, type on submit here and type on submit handle, because it's going to be handled when we click on the submit button. Type const on submit handle is equal to type e.default e.prevent default. And I will tell you why we type this. When we press on the submit button, it's not going to refresh, but if I remove this line, you will see something. When I press submit, our page is going to be refreshing, but we don't want the refreshing of our page, so we type this line, that is e.prevent default. As the name suggests, it is defending, or we can say it is preventing the default action of the submit button. Now we just need to add our data in our tasks. In order to do, just type tasks and then type push, and we are going to push the data in our tasks, and then type set tasks to our tasks, and let's see them in our alert. Now here is okay, it's tasks. Now let's test it out. We type something here, then we submit, and as you can see, we have an array of object and object. We can see it more clearly by using our console.log. So we're going to use here log here and type tasks. Type submit, click on inspect, go to the console, and as you can see, we have an array which contains two things, that is our first task and then our second task. So we have successfully used states. So let's create our cards. Type div.card, and in our card we require two things. One is going to be our title. Type h4. No, it's going to be HC. Okay, HC. And then title. And then type paragraph and type Laurent here. And here we have it, word title and description. Now let's add some CSS here. Go to our card or CSS file, and here dot card. Here we're going to set the height or width of that card, and let's make that width to be 400 pixel. Okay, I think it's nice. And then we require some padding. Padding is going to be 5 pixels. 5, no, it's going to be 20. Okay, now background color is going to be white and original color is going to be black. Okay, so now we require some padding. Oh no, we require some margin here. Type margin top is going to be, no, margin is going to be 20 pixels. Okay, it's looking perfect. Now let's center. Let's see. Text line is going to be centered, and I guess it looks good. Now add props here. Here just type curly braces and type title, comma description. Here type title and here just type description. Now what we have to do is to go to the our app.css file and delete these lines. I want to make the card the child of form, so I'm going to import this in our forms.css. So form.jsx import from, what we can say, yeah, it's going to be card. Here we're going to add our cards. Type div dot card box, and here type card. Title is going to be gibberish, or we can say anything, and description is going to be anything too. Now as you can see, I am using props here. Actually what is happening here is that when I use the attributes like title and description, I am passing them as props and using these props here. Or we can think them like the variables. These are like the variables that I am using in these cards. Go to the form.jsx file again, and here let's add some properties here. First we're going to copy and paste these cards. So we have some several cards, and now we're going to make them flex. Go to the card.css file. No, it's going to be form.css because we're adding cards here. Called card button. Oh no, it's going to be box, I guess. Box. And then type display flex, justify content, center, press save, and as you can see, our cards are successfully aligned here. Now go to the forms.jsx again, and here, okay, let me show you some magic. Go there, type curly braces, then type tasks, and then type dot, and after that type map. Here in map we have two things, item and key, and type return. Here type card because we are cleansing of card for every element in our tasks array. So here we have a task, and our task is going to be item dot task, and here our description is going to be item dot description, and here we also have something like key is going to be our key. We are just typing this because we want to remove the error. And now If I type something like tasks and then type this and then press submit, as you can see, we have a card here. And if I type something and then type that and then press enter, now we have two cards and the process goes on and on and on. Look at it, it's awesome. Yeah. But as you can see, I want one frame here, but I am getting more frames than one. So in order to fix that issue, go to our formula CSS, type display, get and type create template row. It's going to be one frame, one frame, one frame. I guess it's column. Yeah, it's column. And we'll require some padding here. Padding is going to be 20 pixel. And go to our card.css and remove the bits string. Save it. And now it's working perfectly. Now what we have to do? As you can see, if I press submit button, I got a card again. To fix that error, we are going to make what is required. Just type required here and here too. And when we type to submit, it's going to give us an error. Please fill out this field. And we are not going to see these things. Refresh it. Now it's going to be working perfectly. Submit, here our card, and then again and again. Submit, and then again submit, here our card. So that's our mini project, that is do it card.